The Georgia Bulldogs taking on another team from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So Missouri's offense takes the field. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
They punt it away on fourth down. Makes the catch. Wants to make the move upfield. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So Georgia's offense will go to work for the first time today. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. Four-star defensive lineman gave them a verbal commitment just last week. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Toss sweep right. Works it. Out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's a kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And They still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. The offense changing the play. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Back to throw, it's Holstein. Using the quick game. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud.
There he goes. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Quick completion on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Now from inside the red zone. Touchdown Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. The pressure. Had it in his hands and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This kicker brags that he can kick an 80-yard field goal. He'll settle for a 59-yarder here. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
A strike downfield. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's tackled. At the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Sends it back in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this offense now is decision time. Man, they've put a nice drive together. You want to walk away with points, but how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take this field goal, or do you want to try to get a touchdown?
On 4th down, looking to pass. Snags it. Will not get. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They're working that left side. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously
looking for the end zone. He gets it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David? And the sack all the way back at the 5. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. With the catch, it's Green. Well, so he gets a foot down, but he really didn't get a foot forward. No gain on the play.
He could have just quarterback sneaked it and got more yards than that. We need more from this passing game.
Leaves it with the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He takes it at the 45. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Back to throw. It's Holstein. Fires to the big fella. He gets a little bit of work done. He goes out of bounds at the 42. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And he missed it. No good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football when it happens.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Back to pass. It's Holstein. Makes the catch. It's Taylor. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On third down, he drops to throw. Looking to the big tight end. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And you thought maybe in this second half, this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
No fair catches here, looking for room. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball.
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just want...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going to the running game. Finds a little space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And the Dogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He fires a bullet to the right. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're testing the right side here. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. And this one splits the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They go to the ground. Running into the open space. Turning it on. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down. Better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big body.
Great place to start for this offense. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 22 on 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Taylor. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Wide out trying to get it in. And he will score. Touchdown, Dogs. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. On the move. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. On the direct snap, it's Chadwick. Touchdown, Georgia! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score. Yeah. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a crease to the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Georgia.
So you might expect to see victory formation. Instead, you will see a field goal attempt. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. He splits the uprights, and they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn.